Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Jeff Kilburg, Chief Investment Officer and Portfolio Manager at Sanctuary Wealth, to discuss ETF model portfolios and how they are helping advisors with their business and clients. Jeff, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. Wonderful to be here as usual. Happy Friday.
And Jeff, last time we spoke, I was introducing you as CEO of KKM Financial. It seems like there was some big news on April 27th. Tell us about it.
Yes, well, I'm still the CEO of KKM Financial, but I'm excited to step into my new role as Chief Investment Officer of Sanctuary Wealth. We've been a sub-advisor to Sanctuary Wealth for a couple of years, but we're really excited of what we've done, Jill. We've talked on your show a lot about the ETF model portfolios, these investment solutions that we've been building for all these years. I'm really excited to be bringing these into Sanctuary Wealth. Sanctuary Wealth is nearly 50 different advisory partner firms, about $18 billion. And I'm excited to be bringing this investment solution, which we worked so hard on for the last decade at KKM. And I get excited to also not only bring these ETF model portfolios, but it's also the market commentary, the market insight that I provide in CNBC. I'm also providing these in a very intimate way to the advisors inside of Sanctuary Wealth, as well as the Sanctuary Global advisors.
So Jeff, let's talk about ETF model portfolios and how advisors are using them. I mean, it had to have been especially helpful with their practice considering the volatility that we saw over the past year.
Without a doubt. And what we see a lot of advisors as they try to simplify and scale their practice, you've heard this before, Jill, but it's so critical as advisors look to grow, as they try to bring more differentiating offerings to their clients. What can they really do with ETF model portfolios or model portfolios in general? It's a way for them to create a consistent, a repeatable investment process. Certainly compliance puts a smile on their face when they have that consistency. You don't see that typical dispersion inside of portfolios between clients, but ETF model portfolios really bring that solution in a consistent, repeatable way. And we actually did a study with Cerulli and BlackRock a couple of years ago, Jill, if you remember this, subsequent to an advisory team implementing model portfolios into their practice, they actually saw an uptick in AUM by 23% that subsequent year. So ETF model portfolios really provide a distinct solution to advisor and their team, but allows them to focus on their clients, prospective clients. And actually, in that study, Jill, it came up to the conclusion that 450 hours a year are typically spent by an advisory, spending time on trading, administration. By reclaiming those 450 hours, it actually boils down to 1 day a week. So you can reclaim 1 day a week. And that's where we get so excited about the opportunity to help advisors inside of Sanctuary Wealth.
Oh, more time to play golf with clients. Just kidding there. But Jeff, when we look at the advisory business from a higher level, it seems to be that teams of advisors are joining larger conglomerates, which I think is interesting because there's just more resources that are available for advisors these days.
It's not only more resources, Jill, it's the open architecture, there's objectivity. When an advisor sits on the same side of the table as their client, a little bit different sometimes in other situations, but this really provides a lot of open architecture. And at the end of the day, doing what's best from a fiduciary responsibility for their clients. And that's where I get super excited about bringing these resources, harnessing these resources. And as we sit inside of our ETF model portfolios, we work with a lot of different issuers. If it's BlackRock, if it's Invesco, if it's State Street, some of these different issuers, we're taking the best of what they do and trying to bring them into an investment solution. I think that's the differentiator, Jill, right there. That's how we want to roll out this opportunity from an outsourced CIO solution for a Sanctuary.
All right, Jeff, appreciate the insight as always. Congratulations on the new role and thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.